Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday evening, January, is today, 16th, 2019, and welcome to all of you this fine
January.
Evening. Turn off the
sound behind me here. 2000 and
there we go. Turn that sound down on the other side. Let's have a hangout here. Let's a few things to cover tonight. It's not going to be an epic. Hey, Justwell, how are you, sweetie? It's not going to be a barn burner. May have one of them tomorrow night, but tonight's going to be low key. I don't need to slam two events back to back. That Semper Fi, Yujiro. Nice to see you, baby doll. Thanks for coming by. Pride of the United States Marine Corps. Hello, Prepping. How are you? Happy Wednesday to you. Let some people come in here. I got a little bit of an earlier start this evening because we are on the early, I'd say we're almost to the middle of a pretty intense Pacific storm here. We have the Pineapple Express, which is the warm air off the Pacific. Depending on the jet stream, it pushes that moisture in a continuous stream across, whatever section the jet stream happens to be on, and it happens to be over our area now. So we're going to feel the full impacts of this storm. Hello, Vicky, with gale force and higher winds tonight. 3 inches of rain, and there will be 3 to 5 feet of snow in the Sierras. I don't think any place in the U.S. gets more snow more rapidly. And 3 to 5 feet. You wouldn't want to be running over Donner Summit tonight up there. That's for darn sure. It's going to be a night of, what is that, 5 to 7 feet? Yeah, you would.
7,000 feet.
Yeah, above 7,000 feet. So you sure as hell. Hey, Sherry. You sure as heck wouldn't want to be on snow patrol tonight, trying to clear and plow snow in potentially 80-mile-an-hour winds up there on the top of the Sierras. There's not a lot. Yeah, Sherry B said, Missy Jenn, hearts, hearts, hearts. Yeah, Jen's sitting over there. She just got out of the shower. Yeah. So she says she's sending her love over. I'm going to put things in kind of in a different order. Number one, it's January here on the Rancho. I've just had a 5.5-hour surgery 9 days ago. Okay. I'm recovering very well, no complications, but it is post-surgical recovery. Therefore, I don't have the ability to do much of anything right now. I can't go to a gym. I can't live stream because the weather is so horrendous here. It just rains every damn day. Hello, Monique. Nice to see you. It just rains. Kissy kiss, Monique. It just rains every day here. It's the rainy season, so I can't be out doing my usual street streams. It's one of the prices you pay once December's gone and you're into January. You're really, hello, Oda Mae Brown. Nice to see you. Thanks for being by here tonight. We've got a lot of ground to cover over here tonight. Stress isn't good for healing either. It's a very stressful night last night. I won't kid you, especially the first part. Elvis, I don't have any problem. Having Elvis, as long as he knows the level of respect I demand to have on my panel. He knows the level of respect that I demand, and generally he engages that when he comes on the chat. Hello, Sissy. And I was pleased. I mean, we had foodies. We had, I like to have, as you guys know, I like to have an open chat, which is a bit of departure for me. And it was one of the things I called untwisting the pretzel. And getting back to more open style chats, I think I have the best mods in the business. I spent a lot of time I spent a lot of time with people today on the phone. My good friend Ellie. I spent some time on the phone with Bergs. I hear you, Monique. So I want to say this to you guys. Number one, that's why I'm doing a lot of hang. There's nothing else for me to do. I mean, I do shop work. I put up at the end of the video today showing you the results of the final video on the Kenwood KT 5300 tuner that was redone. There'll be more shop projects coming up, but I'm bored. I'm restless. I have seasonal affective disorder. I don't like it when the sun doesn't shine. I'm a sun gal all the way, and we have these stormy days and these gloomy walking through puddles every damn downspout. Despite my efforts, every freaking downspout is blocked because I have these big ass redwood trees that just shed needles constantly. So, you know, I've got water flow out of control on every building. All of the buildings here on the Rancho are just, forget about it. I tried to put up a ladder there today, and it's too crazy with the wind and the rain, and trying to run an electric drill with a attachment to clear out the drain spouts. That's all I need is to be electrified up on the fucking roof. Come visit Chicago. I can't wait to come to Chicago. Bergs, I'm not berging you up tonight. I already told you tonight to take a night off. Things are raw. Emotions are raw. And I will tell you that Bergs did put up an hour-long hangout today where he gave an apology. He gave some rationale for that, and there were many people in that, some people in there that offered and to reach out and provide some assistance. Okay, and I was appreciative he did that. I didn't ask him to do a video. I didn't tell him to do a video. We talked on the phone today, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I just see you out there tonight. It's just too raw. It would look way too self-serving tonight, Bergs, and I'm not going to have the appearance of that tonight. This is purely, we're going to cover a few topics tonight. We're going to cover them thoroughly, so we leave no stone unturned on this. Tomorrow night's a different story. I plan on having a much later and a much longer hangout tomorrow night, but you know, I'll get into that. People are raw. Okay, they are raw. You know, they are very raw on this on the chats here now. And I know you're sober, and that's a good thing. But self-discipline is a good thing too. Self-discipline is a great teacher in life, that not everything is on demand. You know, I talked to you on the phone. I'm going to tear into this at the end, okay? But I'm just saying, I got a lot of feedback today, as you can imagine. And, you know, there was some good feedback, but the vast, overwhelming majority of that was very negative feedback. And, you know, honest to goodness, people need time to recover from that hangout. Yeah, it's raw. Certain people, tomorrow night will be fine, Bergs. It'll be a good test. Hello, Original Al. Yeah, it's been, it's another day on the BOYT. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, Odame says, for the record, I did not block him. He blocked me. I was trying to be his friend, but he was not a nice person. Then there was last night, which made me want to reach through there and hit the boot. I hear you, Odame. So I'm just saying, yeah, you know, let's exercise a little bit of self-discipline tonight. Let's give people a chance to, you know, calm some frazzled nerves. There were some people that were very upset at things that transpired last night, and I can understand that. But I want to get into that. Thank you, Bergs. I appreciate it. He said I can live with that. Thank you. Hello, Bully. One of my tenets, Bully, is you can make suggestions, but I will no longer allow people to tell me who to have or who not to have on my panel. If I choose to have panels, I'm exercising my right as an individual channel holder to do that. It's not meant to make people mad. It's just meant to, you start getting yourselves, as I said in the video, untwisting the pretzel. It's like a twister game. You get in there and you find yourself trying to make everybody happy, and you're bending this way and you're trying to touch the red and blue, and with your right hand you're on the red, and your left foot you have to reach over to the blue, but you got people there and you're trying to think, how in the hell am I going to do that? How you doing, Uber Goober lady? Boy, I got YouTube royalty in here tonight. Nice to see you, Uber Goober lady. And I just I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I could just, it was just eating me alive. Now, luckily, my mods have understood that, and I want to talk a little bit about the mods that I have here. Number one, you know, Greg Campbell and I, Greg doesn't sign off on everything. Hello, Henry Hobson. Greg does not sign off on everything I do. What you don't see sometimes on YouTube is what happens behind the scenes here in the so-called green rooms, where we have a chance to informally get together and chat. I've been deficient in those chats. I've not engaged people where I should have engaged people. I'm not a big, you know, I'm trying to think of the diplomatic. Private hangouts become, it's like Vinny said, I won't go on to a private hangout. There's something to that. You know, because number one, it gives sometimes the appearance of impropriety and skullduggery and script writing and things like that. That's number one. Okay. Number two is, and the corollary is that sometimes you got to chat with people. You've got to chat with your thank you talk of the week. You've got to chat with people. Vicky, I just want to just deliver this out, and then everybody will have their say tonight. Everybody will have their say. I'm a lousy communicator. Jill knows that. Vicky knows that. Greg Campbell knows that. Ellie knows that. Cooper knows that. Nicole knows that. People that have known me for years, Susie knows that. I'm the worst communicator in here. You know, I always adopted the business approach of short, sweet, and to the point. Keep things streamlined. Keep things simple. Well, things aren't as simple in life, and they do demand some time behind the scenes to make things right. So I spent thank you, Eddie. I spent some time with Ellie today, and you know, she had an earful to give me, as you can imagine. Well, she's allowed to. She has standing in my life by virtue of the fact that she's been on this thing for 6 years with me. Worth listening to. Not everybody's cup of tea, the doyen of New Jersey. The baker par excellence, the chatter par excellence. And she has opinions, and she has a mouthpiece on her, and she uses that mouthpiece. Not everybody likes that. Bergs doesn't like that. Why? You can't really get two people from New Jersey together, and you can't put alcohol into the mix. I spent some time today with Ellie. We talked. I appreciate it. I guess we talked about an hour today. I mean, I really made the effort to dig in and get into this situation. Well, I'll tell you what, Monique, you're special to me, you know. You did something one night that I rarely see anybody ever do on YouTube, and that's stand up and own your, you know what. Greg Campbell has been my senior moderator. And like I said, Greg and I sometimes, if you think Greg Campbell can sit over there, thank you, Nature Kentucky lady. Hi, Kim. I don't want to be rude to this sidetrack. I just want to keep my mind focused. Greg, Ellie will tell you this is the worst chat to moderate on YouTube, because you have a chat host like me, and what do the moderators do? They get the whiplash of up and down, and sometimes the moderators overrun the chat host position, and they start grabbing the wheel. Their hearts are in the right place, mind you. Their hearts are in a wonderful place, but you know, they take it upon themselves to, for the sake of you and your chat, to start removing people from the chat and being much more aggressive than I would be. See, I take every chat as a self-contained unit. And if you can be pleasant and decent in this particular chat, then you'll be in this particular chat. I've unblocked somebody today that's been blocked for a couple months, just as tried to have some good faith here. You know, to try to turn the page here and start fresh on a friendship that goes back a lot of years. I had the feeling that Greg Campbell, though, overran my positions in being a chat host, and it frustrated me. But we've now had a chance, and let me tell you, if you think having a wrench is a good thing to have in a chat, oh man, the wrenches get you into trouble. And many's the time that Greg Campbell has said to me, you know what, just take the wrench. I don't even want the wrench. This chat is like it's like a little slice of hell to moderate this chat, because of Rosie's open door policy. It makes it a nightmare. But we talked. That's exactly right, to protect me. But we talked. And I told Greg, if I'm going to go off the rails, I'm going to go off the rails. Last night, came down the curve, went right off the rail. My fault. Okay, I own that. I own that last night. You know, that's mine, but that's the way I want my chats to be open. And, you know, Greg understands that now. He doesn't necessarily approve. There's a lot of stuff he doesn't approve of. But his heart was in the right place in looking out for my best interest. Well, my best interest changed a little bit over time. People do change. We widen our scope of interest. We widen the, you know, we have different goals to, you know, dumb sometimes to want to integrate people into the community and to enjoy the positive aspects of their beings, what they are. But it doesn't always work out. And I just want to take a little aside here today. Mallory Williams is here in the chat, and I'm going to suggest, you know, if you want to see somebody that does things the right way, if you're interested in transgender and trans topics, you can see Bergs, don't call me on the phone when I'm in the middle of a hangout, okay? Sub up her channel. You know, she tells it like it is. There's no holes barred. She has had her court-approved name change. She's a very happy person. And I think she's going to continue to be she's certainly OG. She wouldn't consider herself a BOYT. But if you're looking for somebody that does things the right way, check out her channel. I think that you will find it most enjoyable. On the shit show, that's the elegance. That's what you pay. That's what you want to see. That's who you want to see when you come into the chat, right? Somebody that's got it together, not this, the curtain rod from hell. It about typifies my life, just a little bit bent up there. How you doing, Sambo? So I would really like everybody. You're not going to get blowback from. You're not going to get any blowback from subbing up her. You know, you're not going to be like, wow. Remind me to remove Rosie from my Christmas card list for 2019. Right. You get one Berg's Pass a year, right? And then the Christmas cards stop coming. Okay. Yeah, a little bit bent. No, I'm not drunk, Sambo. I'm not drunk at all. Okay. I'm good tonight. I'm not drinking tonight. We'll talk about my drinking in a little bit and the kind of drinker that I am. But I want to get back to Greg. Greg Campbell's going to hold a wrench in my chat. And as long as I have breath in me and he chooses to, he's going to continue to hold a wrench in my chat. Okay? Because he's been really good. Perhaps I can offer an idea that you may not have thought of. Well, let me just get through this, Tucky. Okay? Greg Campbell. All right. I don't offer Ellie a wrench because quite frankly, I don't want I don't want my friends to come in and have to moderate a chat. I want them to come in and have a good time in here. I can abuse Greg by sticking a wrench in his hand. Okay? And I've hardly abused him for the last 3 years. Okay? Number 2, Oda Mae Brown. Oda Mae Brown has an excellent sense of the chat host desires. And let me tell you, if Oda Mae Brown could have reached through to that panel button and hit the eject button last night, she most certainly would have done that last night. But you know what? Rather than throw the wrench back and walk away, she did what I think is a highly intelligent thing. She clocked out for the night and she went on to another chat where she can enjoy herself. There's no demand. There's no demand. There's no reciprocal demand that she has to be around here when I have a chat. And I'm quite happy that she floats where she wants. We've already talked about Tom Finland, somebody that's usually around in my daytime when I'm out doing. You haven't seen him much because he's around in daytime when I'm doing daytime streams outside. Hello, Jessica Jennifer. Nice to see you. He follows me in daytime. And I went ahead. Missy Jenn holds a wrench because sometimes she's around in daytime, but she doesn't like to hold a wrench. And by the way, I want to plug her chat. She'll be having a morning coffee chat tomorrow. I think it's going to be at 9 a.m. Either 9 or 10 a.m. Make sure you're subbed up to Jen and Rosie Reality TV. 9 a.m. Show her a little bit of love for her first attempt at doing a chat. See, this is the kind of thing, I'm not going to show you the screen, but you know, Bergs, you're calling me now when I'm trying to deliver a message to people. Hello, thank you, Troll Media, appreciate it. Hello, Hazel, Troll Media, thank you, appreciate that. Troll Media with a $3.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Best to you and your travels, safe travels, you and your family. I added another wrench last night. I added, you know, I've seen Juice appear in my chat a little bit. A lot of you don't know the Juice. The Juice doesn't consider him, nice to see you, Hazel, doesn't love your mukbang, doesn't consider himself part of the BOYT, which he's not, but he's been around a long time. And in all this, thank you, Domestic Goddess, and all the crazy shit I've done over the years, he doesn't endorse it, but he's not, you know, he's not taken to kicking my butt behind the scenes. And I've never spoken ill ever of Juice. And I'm glad that Juice is on the chat. And I don't think you have to worry, Dave Dickey. Juice knows my format that I run here. Okay? I'd like to give him the shot. He won't be around too often. Probably very late night when you're tucked in and having your sweet dreams. So that's about it for the wrenches. Yeah, he had a wrench for a long time. He had a wrench for a long time in my chats. Then I went through one of my periodic cleanings and took out a lot of wrenches because it just got out of control. I got tired of getting up in the morning and seeing, you know, 200-300 people on the block list and having to clean that up all the time. Hello, Scott Reynolds. Yeah, drink screwdrivers. I like that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about that. The next thing I want to do is talk about fact-checking monetization. There's a lot of confusion. I've been monetized on this platform since 2013. Okay, the requirements were much less. Obviously, with the first round of people being demonetized, I had no problem continuing on all of our channels to continue monetization. But be aware of this. Hi, Cindy. The monetization, number one, is very small. Okay. And number two, and let this ring clear for everybody that doesn't know, when you start a chat and that chat is adult content rated, thank you, Hazel. I'm glad you got the card, honey. I always enjoy your channel. Hazel's Reptiles Fam. Wonderful gal, beautiful, beautiful gal, lives in the Great West, and a lover of reptiles, which is quite unusual. Highly suggest that you sub up her channel too. Thank you. Wonderful, beautiful gal. It's like the, I don't want to say the little sister because I'm an old goat, maybe like my youngest daughter out there, right? My internet daughter. She's really wonderful. When you mark a chat adult content rated on YouTube, there is no monetization. So whatever anybody thinks about last night of, you know, the more people that punch in, if you take a survey or something like that, on the more comments, the more, all of last night's, and I don't know if it's, maybe it's 1,500 views on it. I don't even know. I don't really go back and look at my Hangouts, but the result of that to the bottom line is zero. Okay. There is no monetary gain when a Hangout is adult content rated. YouTube does not endorse advertising on adult content rated streams. When I do the Space Girl from Planet XXX, it's adult content rated. When I do the bikini baking, it's adult content rated. When I do a Marilyn Monroe-y, like last night, it's adult content rated. The super chat doesn't function, and the monetization doesn't function, because that's the way YouTube does it. And the other thing I do is I remove all of my Streamlabs crap down in the description box. Hey, Starwalker. So there's no chance that anybody can donate during those streams or give a tip. Because some people are really super kind. So when I'm doing my Space Girl, they might drop a 5 in the tip jar. I don't want them to do that. That's S&G, shits and giggles chats, just for fun, for drinking some beers, for just having a good time and hanging out and having a little adult club fun. Now that's straight up honest. I'm very careful of every chat of what I have set up and what I have removed, because I don't want to offend people. I don't want people to come back later and say, well, you know, YouTube doesn't want, you know, risque behavior being potentially rewarded. And I support that. It's just having fun, adult fun. So I would never permit that type of thing to occur. That's called having a little bit of integrity and decency on the platform. I didn't talk to anybody about it. I didn't ask anything to do it. Bergs, you're just going to have to wait, okay? There's things that I need to say tonight, okay? Again, I will say to you, Bergs, that you have done a hangout today. You took an hour addressing things. I think that you said everything that you need to say over there. Go over there and, you know, I recommend that people here tonight can go over there. Hi, Dory Lynn. And they can see your statement and understand some of your rationale. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to be said on this platform tonight. I'm not, to tell you the truth, I'm too raw from last night. Hate me for it. But one of the things you have to learn, you got to learn patience. And you've got to learn, I know you want to say it on my platform, Bergs, but you're going to have to wait. Last night, I devoted an hour to you, and, you know, it definitely blew up in my face in a lot of different ways, okay? So I want to be clear about the monetization when people mistakenly think that adult content rated stuff monetizes. It does not. Your monetization automatically disappears. The $sign has a little mark through it. Hey, Slip Kid, thank you. Slip Kid 72. Thank you, Slip Kid, for the $5 tip. Appreciate it. How you doing, Crystal? How you doing, Jinxie? Nice to see you, honey. It's nothing against, it's nothing, Birds. It's just like people are raw tonight. You know, they want to let some time go by. They want to give you time to reflect. So let me finish this with that, the monetization and all that. I'm tired of making excuse. I'm tired of being an apologist for people that monetize and make money on YouTube. You know, when I started my channel in January of 2013, hello, everybody, Black Magic and everybody. I never thought a moment about monetization. I never cared about monetization at all. You put up content and you have a good time. Okay? What follows, you can't control. Yeah, I did. Troll Media, I did have CB radios. I'm going to be getting another one on there. Hello, Helen. You know, Helen Rochelle's been with me for years on the channel. I never talk about monetization. I never talk about view counts. I never talk about subs. But I'll say tonight that Elvis talks about having 2.5 million views. I'm closing in on 12 million views. What YouTube is telling me is you're doing something right because people are watching the content. Should I just not enjoy the fruits? Thank you. Hey, Ash, should I not enjoy the fruits of all the tremendous hundreds and thousands of hours that have gone into this channel? Not because I set out to make money on YouTube, but because I put up content that people enjoy. Vintage audio, renovation videos, moonshining videos, gun videos, metal detecting videos, restaurant review videos, baking videos, travel videos, RV. All right, we are back. I'm sorry to say, everybody, let's make sure I'm back. Yeah. All right, we are back. We are back, and I apologize, everybody. We're having the mother of all storms here on the Pacific tonight. So if I lose the connection, at least you'll have an idea why that's going on here. Okay, make sure I'm back. I believe I am. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we get that back there now. Let me try refreshing here on this. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Jinxie. I'm back. I apologize. We're just dealing with a very terrible storm. So as I was saying tonight, I'm not going to apologize to monetization. But does that mean that I think of it as a business? No. When I wake up and do the funny things to try to entertain people in the morning and try to bring good content, I don't think about the monetary aspects of it. Because quite honestly, it's impossible to predict what people are going to watch. When I was renovating the bathroom back in 2015, 2014, when Missy Jenn moved here, I took 5 minutes to do a video about how to loosen galvanized pipes that are stuck together. 5-minute video. You know, hundreds of thousands of views. How to rough in a shower mixer for hot and cold water. I think that thing's got over 300,000 views. You know, who do you think I did that for the money? Or I just took that moment in time to explain something, so maybe somebody in the future would be able to save themselves some hassle. Stuff that I've worked my ass off on. Cinematic San Francisco, Cinematic Sebastopol, the Great Santa Rosa Fire, nominated and included in the London International Film Festival. First time I ever entered. Accepted for inclusion into the festival. Wow. Short documentary feature. 98% of my people, I've worked my ass off on that. I was out covering the fires for a solid week. The airport, the fire zones, choking on God knows what kind of poisonous smoke and debris to bring daily great content. You know what? Hardly anybody watched it. You know, do Lake Tahoe, Cinematic Lake Tahoe. You're lucky if you get a couple hundred views on that. Why? Because people have an idea in their head. Lake Tahoe is beautiful. We know it's beautiful. Rosie, we can click on a Lake Tahoe travel log. We're more interested in the bullshit that you're doing every day on YouTube. LW's, I found you from the fire video. Thank you, Doreen. I'm not saying everybody. I agree, Ash. What you have is you'll have people watch your sub numbers go up. I remember I never talked about subs or even given much note, but other people do. You know, 20,000 subs in sight, it gets some notice on YouTube. Does it change the way I do shit on a daily basis? No. Not one bit. In other words, the only feedback loop I have in my head is that you're putting content out there that people are enjoying and more people are choosing to come on the channel and follow it. Now they're excited about RVing. They're excited about being out on the country on live streams and seeing the real America that most people never get a chance to see. This ain't no country club touring here. Well, you know, Ash, I don't think it's on purpose, but I've noticed over the last year, as I've gained a little bit of momentum, that friction has started. And yet there's a guy I like very much here on YouTube that went to great pains to inform me yesterday that his channel had received monetization, was approved for monetization. Did I take that opportunity to say, well, you probably shouldn't think about monetizing. You better just take that acceptance and tear it up and just walk away? No, I congratulated him. I said, obviously you're doing the things that YouTube wants to see and that the people want to see, and I congratulate you for that. AMB. Yeah, it was really, yeah, it was terrible. Those fire videos. Okay. So I hope I put that to rest about the monetization. I'm proud of what I've achieved on YouTube, but the money is a consequence of it, not the driver of it. But when you reach a certain point, people change their perspective because they see that on a daily basis you're getting 10,000, 20, sometimes 25,000 views on a daily basis. Now all of a sudden you become an object of, well, it must be the money. But yet this train has moved forward the same damn way for 6 years with no change really at all. Maybe people will get that into their head. I doubt it. I wish everybody success. The last thing I'll say about monetization is don't ever bet your life on monetization, and don't ever think that the monetization on YouTube is anything to crow about. Yeah, when you get up maybe at 100,000, 200,000, a million, man, you might be able to pay a mortgage on an outhouse here in Santa Rosa. And every year, you know what's going to happen? YouTube's going to come and Google's, they're going to take a little more and a little more and a little more. And if you bet your life on that stream and monetization goes bye-bye, you're screwed. Hey, Sean, you are absolutely screwed. Hey, how you doing, Jenny? Nice to see you. So that's what I want to say about the monetization issue. Okay, fact-checking monetization. If you want to know anything about monetization, ask me. I've been monetized almost since the first month on YouTube in 2013. I've gone through all the things. I understand the parameters. I go through the appeal if I think a video has been wrongly not tagged, not allowed to have advertising with it. Yeah, I do a lot of people's taxes too. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about drinking here. You know, we saw a case in point last night with the Bergs being tooted up here last night on the hangout. And I'll get to the particulars of that hangout and some of my thoughts on that hangout from last night. But I will tell you what, a lot of people have drinking and substance problems down here. I'm a very high functioning, I'm a binge drinker. Last night in the course of my hangout, I didn't drink 1 beer, I didn't drink 2 beers, I didn't drink 3 beers, I didn't drink 4 beers. I didn't drink 5 beers, I didn't drink 6 beers, I drank 7 beers last night. Binge drinker. Let me back up. I want to answer Susie's question a little bit here. Can you tell what's better, Rosie, likes or views? As much as people talk about subscriptions and subscribers on YouTube, you'll find that the views are really the driver of the money, not so much the subscribers. You know, somebody like Mike Living Free or somebody like that has many more subscribers, but I have more views. You know, it cuts a lot of different ways on YouTube, but views is what provides the monetization. The thumbs up and the thumbs down, you know, anything that's outside of the normal. I mean, YouTube doesn't look at a lot of those algorithms of the thumbs up and thumbs down. They just add them together for an aggregate people that engage the chat figure. Okay. Thank you, Keith Thompson. Thank you. You're looking better. Thank you. Nippy fan for life. So I drink a lot too. So I stand on very shaky ground where I talk about drinking right now. I'm a binge drinker, a binge social drinker, which means when I choose to drink, hey, free samples, I drink a hell of a lot. But I'm lucky. I can put that down like tonight and not even think about it. Other people can't do that. We have a lot of experience down here on the BOYT with alcoholism, a ton of experience. I've learned I've learned some lessons about that, about drinking. And that's correct. Hey, Traveling says being a drinker is one thing. Being a nasty drunk is something else. That's true. Now, last night on that hangout, beforehand, you know, when I talked to Bergs in the afternoon, I just had facial grafting, fat grafting to the face, LW, excuse me. Bergs informed me it's his 1 year anniversary on the BOYT. And would I celebrate that with him? I said, sure, hell yeah. Well, little did I know that Bergs had a good running head start at the beginning of the celebration line. But when he first came on last night, I had no clue whether Bergs was goofing around or being his Berg self. And I took way too much time to try to continuously move the conversation to like an interview format, hoping that Bergs would swing around from the negativism and start to embrace the positive that I'm trying to do on the hangout. But it didn't turn out that way. So it was much too long. And for that, I want to apologize to everybody out there. And I've made a decision, and Bergs recognizes it. Hey, Emma, Bergs recognizes it too. That if you're drunk and you're obnoxious, then you will get the boot, and a rapid one from the panel. That's it. I will not have another episode. I also will never have Bergs or Elvis on with a panel. Maybe Elvis, because he has the ability to sometimes rise above his greatness and deign to share a little bit of himself, a little bit of equal time on a panel. Bergs is absolutely incapable of sharing the platform at this point in time. So I will never have Bergs on a panel chat, because I no longer want to risk people that may be on the panel taking offense to that. I fully realize now that they deserve better. Okay? They make the effort to come up on panel. I care about the side chat. Coming up on panel just kind of puts it up another step on here. So I've judged that Bergs is incapable of I don't want to use the expression like Ellie does, playing well with others. So it can't happen. I cannot do that anymore. Elvis, yeah, from time to time Elvis gets on a panel and it ain't bad. Because I'm able to tell him, look, don't dominate the conversation. We all know you're a king. We all know you're a Syrian royalty. We all know the little God, God assure. We know all that. We supplicate ourselves. Hey, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. We bow down before your greatness here. Therefore, on occasion, you're able to share panel space with other people. You're too great now for that, but that's fine. The intention is there to be a share. You know, but you're another one that does not function well with others on a panel because of this enormous need to dominate. We don't live in a society where we have kings and where people dominate the conversations. You know, people don't tolerate that in a free speech society. So I've definitely now taken that lesson fully to heart. So most of my stuff will be solo hangouts. I will have occasional panel hangouts. And if I have Bergs on, it'll be one-on-one. If I have Elvis, it'll be on one-on-one. But when I do have a panel chat, Bergs will be unable to join that panel. And he recognizes that. You know, alcohol is a serious, serious problem. And I told him today, and like I told Ellie, the big mistake that Bergs made last night was coming onto a panel where he did not have control over the delete button after the hangout. You know, like Elvis, Bergs likes to reach for the, you know, delete this hangout button. You know, like Elvis can rant and curse and then just delete this hangout. The big mistake last night was being on my channel because I don't delete hangouts. There was no money made on the hangout last night. But I told Bergs and I told Ellie, since Bergs communicated to me this morning that he does not have a recollection of being on panel last night, that this is absolutely brilliant. Because I knew he would get up this morning, check his phone and see that he had a link to a hangout, and then turn on his phone, click onto YouTube and see that horrifying hangout last night. In other words, that capsulated behavior, that memorialization of that hangout last night will forever be a visual reminder to Bergs of how he looks to other people in a drunken state on YouTube when he is allowed onto panels. Cringe watching. It's terrible when you see, I've been an ass on panels and stuff. And the next day you're like, oh God. They're going to be talking about this in Tucker's chat. They're going to be talking about this in Awesome Hooker's chat. I don't take down my hangouts. Bergs' behavior will forever be memorialized in that hangout. And maybe, just maybe, that will serve as a stimulus. Olivia's opinion says, are you sure that's the best way to deal with an alcoholic? I'm not supposed to deal with an alcoholic. I'm not trained to deal with an alcoholic. I run a YouTube channel. The lucky coincidence last night, Olivia's opinion, I'm doing great, Joseph Kane. The lucky happenstance last night was Bergs landed on that state in a chat, of which he was the solo, and I use quote, star, unquote, on a channel that hangouts are typically 99% of the time they're not deleted. So in other words, Olivia's opinion, I didn't do anything to set anything up. I just followed the normal course of my channel. No entrapment, no nothing. I've had people in the past, RV Fat Cat, I don't even know if she does content anymore. Came on one night, smashed out of her gourd, requested that the hangout be removed. It didn't get removed. Hey, how you doing, Laura? That's just the normal course of the way the channels run. Nothing extraordinary, nothing outside. No special conditions for anybody who comes on. I'm not, thank you, Holly. I'm not a treater of alcoholism. My grandmother died of alcoholism. No, see, Olivia's opinion, all you did is just come in to troll tonight, but you don't have the courage to come in under your own name. So troll on, because no matter what I say tonight to you, Olivia's opinion, it wouldn't matter in the least. It wouldn't move your needle one bit. Therefore, I don't engage you. I let the facts speak for themselves on the hangout. And that's my bottom line. Well, I'm a candy ass says the bad thing is he does get sober. He will never live this down. Well, if he crosses that bridge, I'm a candy. I might just as a reward, just break my hangout rule and just remove it. How about that? We'll put that out there as a little bit of a reward for that. How about that? I'm being, yeah, it does weaken the validity. Go back and watch the hangout. You'll find all about monetization and everything. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to get a little bit of soda and use the restroom. No alcohol tonight. No alcohol. Now it's the side chat's turn. All right, the ladies and gentlemen, the round of the round table. There we go. Let's see if anybody wants. Okay, hi Rosie. I was Elvis Hangout. I almost fell asleep. I came here to watch Bergs and salt you some more. What time does the show start? Oh man, you guys are funny as hell. Spink Wave says, and thank you, Rosie, for not taking down your channel. I haven't subbed the ones that do it all the time. What's the point? You know, people can run. When you know it, I got the most expensive freaking. Yeah, like this. I got the most expensive freaking webcam. Jesus. Let me cut over to the other one. God damn. Too damn. Oh, there we go. You finally focused, right? Oh, you think I'm all fuzzy and everything. When people show their two colors, those are the hangouts. Well, I'm just saying sometimes it's helpful for people to get a look at themselves. Oh, it just wants to look at your boobs. There we go, Oda May. That's funny. I think it's pretty much cleared up now. I think you're found your channel watching Eldo. You're welcome. You know. Going to be good stuff. It's going to be good stuff coming up. You know, a lot of people are going to hate it. I'm very engaged with Elvis now on the hunt for a Class B. Let's see, Mike Moore. Hi, Rosie. I was on last night with Bergs. I just got on. Did Bergs apologize to you today? Yes, he did. We had an hour-long conversation on the phone today. You can imagine it's a very sheepish conversation when you pick up the phone to make that kind of phone call, especially if you have no recollection of what was on last night. But we covered a lot of ground. Respect for you too, Vinny. And I don't know if you've watched the Hangouts, Vinny, but it multiple times over the last couple days, I have really made a stand for you and with you. We don't always see eye to eye on people on YouTube, but we think a lot alike about, you know, trying to have some heart and trying to put content onto YouTube. So that's very much appreciated. Let's see. What is wrong about you getting paid for your content? You should get paid. I always told people it's like the equivalent of a rock concert. Can you imagine going to see a rock concert and then complaining or going to buy a CD, DVD, or download an Apple iTunes, and complaining because you have to put money into the creator's pocket, or going to take a protest sign outside of a movie theater and protesting that these Hollywood stars get paid to do this content. But yet when it comes to YouTube, we hold a totally different standard. That people that take time and effort, not just to sit around on Hangouts, but go and bring actual content on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, get a little bit of coin in their pocket. People see what they want to see. They don't see what's actually there. They come at it with their own prejudices and their own feelings of that somehow creativity here as opposed to other platforms, is not worthy of remuneration. It's not worthy of making a little bit of money on it. And that's where, in a capitalist society, which to my studying of economics is the very best system ever developed, because it's not a system, it's the invisible hands of a free market. Reward positive, don't reward negative. Beautiful. As Vinny G would say, it's fucking beautiful, Rosie. Thank you, ladies. Well, that's what I'm saying, Vinny. I mean, it's like almost every hangout that you watch now will turn to the subject of monetization and being a business and things like that, where you'll be lucky if you ever make it to making your first check on YouTube. Because if you do it for the money and strictly for the money, you're gonna fall down within the first couple months. You're gonna be feeling defeated because you're putting content out there and ain't nobody in any appreciable numbers watching it. And let me tell you, that's where the passion comes in. Because if you're passionate about it, as I am, then your longevity is what breeds the reward. It's monetization and success is a consequence of passion. It's not a passion for money. It's a passion for having fun and creating content. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vinny G. That's right, traveling. He's a very gifted entertainer. Thank you very much, Vinny G. Oh, I know, but I do like to get the feedback, because Keith Thompson, Elvis is like a catalog of information about a really fast rundown of, tell me the difference between the Road Trek 170, the 190 to 210. And in less than 5 minutes, you have everything to know of where you should be heading. Nocturnal says, why should you be criticized for making $1 or $2? People need to worry about their own life. Yeah, money turns some people ugly. Laura said it should be some things that you love to do. That gives you joy. Eventually, if money comes from it, eventually that's an added bonus. That's what they always said. Follow your passion in life, and your passion will find a way to support you. And I think that's very true. Well, Red-Headed Leprechaun, you came late to the conversation when I discussed my my future with Bergs. Thank you, Susie. Hello, Joey Polanco. Okay, Rich Life of Road Trip says, I used to make $300 a month, no money at all. Now, no money at all. Yeah, I haven't seen Joey Polanco in a while, the famous Polanco family. That's pretty funny. So going forward, that's the way I choose to deal with things. I now feel like I have Greg on board. Greg has a much better, we're communicating better, and we have a much better idea of things. Berg tried to get on my live. He called me a cuck because I had to clean the house. I told him to yeah, I hear you, Vinny. One of the great, I'm doing good, Ward. One of the great tests is of patience. Tonight was not the night to have the Bergs on a hangout, because, you know, you need to have a little time go by so that people can digest things. So people wouldn't say tonight, oh, Rosie just had the Bergs on tonight. For the flip side of a money-making operation. That would have probably been true if I had chosen to allow Bergs to come on tonight. But I told Bergs, take some time off. The time's not right. The people aren't right. If I do that, then it reflects on me. That I'm doing exactly what people would be accusing me of doing, profiting from that. And I will not do that. Your content is fresh. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nocturnal Dennison. Yeah, you'll hear a lot of people whining about people making money, but they don't whine about people making money in real life. It's for some reason, you know, YouTubers that make money are it's some kind of dirty money on here. And thank God we have a capitalist system. Yeah, Keith Thompson's like, Greg Campbell, I see why you drink vodka. Cheers. Well, I'm a candy ass. You know what it is? I agree with you, honey. But my rule now, if he can come on and be sober and be pleasant, then he can be on. But if the second it turns into nastyism, slurring, drunk, and malevolent, it's out the door. Let's see. Rich of Life says, I have a lot of trolls and haters. I've blocked over 100 people so far. Well, Holly, you know, that's the thing. The thing about Elvis is you have to ask yourself, is it a business or is it a passion? That's an easy question to answer, because when somebody tells you this is a business first and foremost, we don't have to do any deeper level thinking. That's fine. That's fine. But you know, when you put the business first ahead of creativity and contents, people see through you. They're not going to throw money in your pocket just because you appear on a hangout. Some of Elvis's RV reviews have over 150,000 views on them. That's quality content. Great comments, great thumbs up and thumbs down. But to sit there and have a state of the steering wheel address, yes, YouTube allows that. Well, it seems to be the case down here traveling, honestly. So let me, I don't know why that didn't, you know, it does seem to be the case down here. Oh, there's Hangry Hank. He was pulled off of the block list. Welcome back, Hangry Hank. What pearls of positive wisdom are you ready to share with us tonight? Lay it on me, brother. There's hipster heaven. Could be the catfishingest broad in the history of YouTube. She could be a heartbreaker par excellence. Hey, how you doing, Gypsy? Gypsy, nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Diamonds. Says, I enjoy your channel very much, and I'm happy to help you with my small. You know, you've been wonderful, Diamonds. And if you never hit the tip jar again, honey, I'm just as happy to have you in here and enjoy talking with you and hanging with you, not only on this chat platform, not only in my chat, but a lot of other chats that we go to together and we have a good time. Vinny G said, Rosie, may I state, if you ever feel standing for me is going to harm your channel or views, I will understand any forthcoming actions. We have a lot of rain here. Vinny, do you want a link? I wouldn't mind talking to you a little bit up here, kind of shooting the shit with you a little bit. I think people might enjoy that up here because we're both kind of, we share a unique history on YouTube, Vinny, and then we both made our inroads into the drama community. Aloha! Yeah, the big storm is here. Thank you, Colleen. It's pretty wild outside. I lost my connection once. Yeah, I think I've got your I think I got your thing right here. We share that common bond, Vinny, of being the ones that kind of merge the two communities. Yeah, so I put that out. Let's see, Vinny G. Yeah, that's the one. So you got that, Vinny. What song do you have to sing along when you hear it? It's late in the evening. Due to the close the way. I like to sing along to Clapton. I said, darling, you look wonderful tonight. Bam, bam, bam. Do, 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 do. Hey, Ginger, YouTube royalty in the house. Nice to see you. Why is dieting so hard? It sure is. Sure is. There's Vinny G. What's up, Vinny?
How are you?
I'm doing good, mate.
I'm just gonna. Sorry, Rosie. I'm just gonna have to mute on and off because my wife's got the radio playing in the background, and I don't dare tell her to turn it off.
No problem, Vinny. I was just going to say, you and I, we've been sailing. Thank you, Ginger. Hello, Drew. We've been sailing through some pretty wicked straits lately here, Vinny. We still haven't torn out the bottom of our boats yet, but
I know, right? Yeah, I know. It's like, what the hell? I'm a wife basher now, Rosie.
You know, Vinny wrote. Somebody wrote me today from the. Somebody wrote me today, and they told me you and Vinny are like sailboats trying to navigate these. You're like trying to round Cape Horn, and the rocks are about 100 yards or 100 meters off the port side there, and we're just waiting to see which one of you, as she put it, which one of you dickheads crashes up on the rocks first. I had to laugh my ass off at the analogy. That's why I said we haven't torn our bottoms out of the boat yet, Vinny.
Yeah, I know. There's the basher just behind me.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit what goes on here. You know that, Rosie.
Yeah, I'm really appalled that this allegation came out about you.
It's all vindictive. It's all vindictive.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's still something that something like that is a little hard to escape from. You know, it'll certainly be on some people's tongues. They'll use it as a beating point. I mean, I've seen it around the BOYT for years.
I want it to be, though. That's the thing. They don't understand. They shouldn't do this to me because I want it to be on their tongues.
Right.
It's my driving force. I'm sorry.
This person also asked me in the email today, do you think yours and Vinny's life would have been easier without this merge of the beauty and, well, let's call it Beauty and the BOYT is what she called it in her Gmail, the ladies of drama and the BOYT.
I don't know. I don't even know if you can call it a merger. I just attribute it that no matter what communities, there's good and there's bad, and then there's assholes. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. But I have to say, Vinny, you do a very entertaining show. You have a good gateway platform in there. I think it's always lively. Yeah, SS Vinny.
Yeah. Hey Jack, how are you? But I've tried to make truces. I've tried to call peace, and I've held my word and stuck to it. And I'm at a point now where people just don't digress from that situation. So I am the one to rain carnage upon their ass, and I just wish they'd understand that, because I don't want to do it.
I've always advised people, you know, Vinny, I think that you have a good heart. You know, hell, you're part Italian. You got to have a good heart in you. So I tell people, but don't. This is not a guy to be mucked around with, and you know, he's kind of got skills here, and you might just want to think about stuff before you run your flapper. And you know, I don't want to sound dark, but I'm just saying, you don't know what talents people possess, for good or bad, here on YouTube, and it should be something that you should always kind of think about and always take to heart, you know. And
I wanted you to hear something. The other day I asked you if you had a Google Talk, remember, and you said you've got the Alexa.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Now Alexa's going to answer you. Alexa, stop. Right, this is Google Talk in my hand, right? Now watch this, Rosie. Hey Google, who is Campervan Elvis?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet. I'm still learning.
It doesn't know that one, right? But listen to this. You gotta have a laugh, right? Hey Google, who is Elvis Travels?
On the website e-beggars.com, they say Elvis Travels. Elvis Travels, also known as Assyrian god and currently is Campervan Elvis. Real name Marshall Ziakamu. Believed to be the bottom of the barrel of YouTube.
Yeah, you know I'm going to be on there tomorrow, Vinny. You know that. You know my fan club's watching that out here right now. So, holy hell, that's funny as hell though. On the oh my god,
we call it the bottom of YouTube. This thing actually calls it the bottom of the barrel. I think it's funny as hell. But yeah, no, I watched your stream yesterday with Bergs. Look, you know, I watched what people were saying as well for the fucking. Yeah, didn't mean to. But I watched what people were saying as well, you know. But I've been in that situation with Bergs where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you boot him, you're the worst person out. If you don't boot him, you're still the worst person out. So you end up sitting there like this.
Yeah, if you take your coin out of your pocket and you just flip it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the way I felt. So I thought tonight, you know, I mean, he was hot to get on tonight, but you know, Vinny, you got to let some time. You can't back to back somebody and that kind of thing. People need time to digest that. He needs time to look at himself on that hangout. As you know, I'm a person that keeps my hangouts up on YouTube, so it's kind of carved in stone.
It becomes a cycle, though. It's a routine cycle, you know.
Yeah.
Go off tap one day, then the next. I predicted this would happen yesterday. I predicted that he would be here, and not only that, but he kind of blamed you for letting him on there.
I know.
Like what the? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you got to stop the scapegoating. You got to kind of look at yourself. But Vinny, had I brought him on tonight, like last night, it was not my intention. Last night was Marilyn and Rosie kind of, you know, just having a little shtick and a little bit of adult fun once in a while. So I didn't that's not monetized. That's, you know, that's non-monetized. It was just for shits and giggles, but it blew up into something big. But, you know, if I'd had him on tonight, then I'd be accused of being disingenuous about, you know, shopping the Bergs. Redemption Road. I'm not going to do that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Yeah, Colleen said I was very offended. I probably got more emails and more DMs and things today than I have ever. I mean, the thumbs down tell you everything you need to know. I think it was 210 thumbs down or something. Of course, I just leave my thumbs. I never change it, but I'm just saying that kind of told you all you needed to know about last night. But you know, alcohol, Vinny, I don't know what the key is. You stopped drinking for 6 weeks.
Nine. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife, when's the last time you bought a cask of red wine? Before Christmas, way before Christmas, wasn't it? Suppose. I can't interrupt her too much because she's listening to the radio and she's putting breadcrumbs on some food. If I piss her off too much, she'll beat me up.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, you know, it's okay. I mean, she's allowed to, Vinny. She's got seniority in the house there. Over you know,
you know what she just said? She goes, "I'll beat you up. Are you a girl?"
Free Birdie says, Rosie, surely you weren't surprised. I was surprised. What caught me off guard, and I told the backstory. I don't think Vinny was still on his hangout earlier. But we had talked in the afternoon, and he said, Rosie, I'm happy to tell you that this is my 1-year anniversary on the BOYT. Will you celebrate with me? Will you help me start to claw back some of the ground I've lost on, you know, this? I never saw anybody take a free fall like that on the magnitude percentage-wise of his drop. And I said, sure. But to be honest with you, Free Birdie, I never realized the extent of
I'm just gonna grab a beer.
Yeah, go ahead. I never really realized the extent of the you know, the alcohol last night. And you know, as you see throughout the hangout, I continuously tried to steer things towards more positive ground, but it just seemed like he kind of had a hard on to come after me, and there just didn't see any turning around. But of course, he called me today. I appreciated that. But if I had him on tonight, you know, let's see how things play out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe after, but certainly not this evening. And I think he finally understood the reasoning and the rationale. Susie says, I'm not BOYT, I'm just here. Tweet. Rosie has thrown you under the bus many times, called you horrible names, and doxed you out. Just keep that in mind, Rosie. It's your channel. Yeah, the doxing doesn't really. Okay, let me finish, Rosie. Let me finish. You know, I've been doxed out for so many years. I don't fall over when that occurs, because I'm trying to look in the back of Berg's soul and figure what he's all about. You know, and you know, where's the source of the drinking? I'm not sure, Ginger. I'm not a psychologist. I don't play one on TV, and I didn't stay Holiday Inn Express, so I can't.
I know a YouTube psychologist, but I'll just shut up now.
Oh, man. On that note, Vinny, take over. I'm going to get something to drink here.
Bergs, if you're listening, Mama Beth has an open couch for you. I'm going to get my ass kicked. You watch. Oh, I ended up paying my daughters to clean the house. A YouTube shrink. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Vinny, I love that yesterday when you came in there and you were like, you were so overheated. You're talking about how freaking hot it was down there, and it's like,
look at my face. Look at my head. It's still red raw.
I see it.
It's still red raw.
I'm gonna do my Vinny G. I came home. I'll walk in the house. I'll go to the fridge. I'll get me a beer. I'll lay down on the, I'll lay my arse down on the cold towels. Jen and I were flipping out. We were laughing so fucking hard. Typical Vinny G, you know. I mean, damn. Getting your
and the funny thing is, my wife looked at me, right, and she goes, "What happened to you?" I said, "I got cooked. What do you reckon?" She goes, "Well, you're an idiot." That's
yeah. Roscoe's here. Roscoe said it's bloody hot here down under. Oi, oi, oi. So yeah, it's it's not beer, it's beer. That's Francis's beer.
beer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's a therapist or Kitten Cat said Berg's brain looks like one of those old Chinese eggs with the dead embryo. That's a hell of an image.
Well, he, you know what? He's actually, I still can't find it to hate him. You know what I'm saying? I get angry and frustrated, but
that's exactly the way I feel, Vinny. It's not in my heart to be. I can't be that. I can't hate. You know, there's a lot of things Marshall does, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody's life blow up or anybody get hurt here on YouTube. I would like to. I recommended it, Berg's. Recheck with AA and maybe check with his insurance company to see if there was, you know, to see if there was some of these insurance companies pay for treatment. You can take some leave to do that. So
I just, like, even yesterday, you know, people don't understand about the streaming when you come on here. If you're a mindful person, you've got to respect the people you have on as guests, and you try to respect them, and they take shit south. Like, I mean, even yesterday with Elvis coming on here, trying to, you know, he was trolling David Guns. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I called him out on that. I said, all you're doing is trolling Guns on the side chat.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And like, it was quite visible to me that you were upset, and yet that motherfucker's sitting in his van laughing.
Well, you know, it's not often I get a David Guns come on my chat. So, you know how it is, Vinny. If you see somebody new on your chat that's reasonably well known around the community, as a chat host, you want to kind of make an effort to, hey, you know, and that's the way I felt when Guns came in last night. It's not often I see him on a chat. So I was really I don't want to say trying to protect him, but just trying to make him feel welcome. But he's not a snowflake. I mean, he's a pretty tough guy. So I don't think he knew he was getting trolled. He knew he was getting trolled.
Yeah. But still though, I mean, look, you have a chat like mine where it's a free for all and everyone just punches the crap out of everyone. I mean, they go down south really quickly, and people, it doesn't matter what happens. I will actually turn my camera off, sit back, and pull my earplugs out because I don't want to hear it. But if I don't do it, I get told, well, you're not giving freedom of speech. Sorry about the dishes in the background.
Vinny, I just have to laugh. I hate to interrupt you. My best image of you is when Irish Marie's on panel and CJ's, and there's just a total shitstorm of chaos just enveloping you, and you just sit back in your chair. You'll put your head back a little bit, and you'll just kind of look at the. It's like you're thinking to yourself, the old commercial, Calgon, take me away. You know, it's like, oh my God, just get me out. It just, I wish the aliens would come down and just body snatch my ass right now and remove.
Yeah. Yeah. No, seriously, you know what I'm talking about when I say a G clamp, right?
Yep.
Like, you know, a vice clamp. Sometimes I felt like putting one from temple to temple and just squeezing, you know? That's just, and people don't get that. And in the end, I just kick back and go, oh, well.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him fall. He has fallen asleep before. Vinny's fallen asleep before on yeah, you know. So welcome to you, Joe King. What's going on, Joe King? What's new?
Hey, joking. Yeah, but it's, I don't know. Well, yeah, I just got no explanation for it. It's the same shit as the last year and the year before. You know how come December time, everyone says next year's going to be a great year, it's going to be a better year and all that. And it starts off, everyone's like, hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. And then like,
it's going to be great. Hi-ho.
And then by the end of the day, it's like Fraggle Rock. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Vinny, I'm like, damn. Somebody was saying on the side here, Callie Rose said, you know, Vinny is going to lower the hammer when he has his sunglasses on and says, on here. You sure do. Yeah, Ginger said, what's the old adage? When you're up to your ass in alligators, it's hard to remember your intention was to drain the swamp. There you go. Well said.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. And look, I got to tell you, and I'm telling you, at least I'm telling you face to face, right? I don't bash my wife. She's around here, right? Number two, you know the kind of persona that I have. I don't like being told what to do. I will come to agreements to make peace, but once that agreement is broken from another side, look, if you decide to just like, you know, distance yourself from myself, it's fine. I understand, because
no, you Vinny, I'm not a snowflake. Okay. The ironic thing I said before, Vinny, is I hold a wrench in your chat. I hold a wrench in Pirates chat. But you know what, Vinny, at the end of the day, I'm a very fair person. I'm not a prick. You know, I'm not one to be, you know, your battle is your battle, Vinny. If a little splatter gets on me from the shit hitting the fan, so be it, you know. You know, you've been stand up with me for a hell of a long time. I mean, we're the ones that have been kind of piloted this boat since day one, these communities and stuff. So we get a lot of blowback about, oh, I wish this didn't happen, or why did these, you know, the BOYT will say, why did we mix up with these drama people? The drama people will talk about the BOYT and, oh, the boom boom room, and God, what the hell's going on down in the boom boom? You know, I mean, that thing's now been blown up again. That's
great. I own it now. That's great. I own it. I actually own it.
Vinny, what did you think when you know, when I told you I already had RosieO'Kelly.com? Did you think, now that's a smart, you know, when that bitch came up?
Well, okay. Can you imagine the concept, right? Because you've got business-minded ideas too, right? Okay, so there's 40 spaces on a Monopoly board, right? Two of them are useless for the simple fact that it's pass go, get $200, and the other ones go to jail. 4 of them are amenities: water, electricity, and such things. Now, rather than have a group of properties, if I have a domain, this is for money. I'm not joking. This is for money, and all money will be raised and given to charity. You actually get to own someone's domain if you're willing to go into the game, and you can do whatever you want with it.
I always thought, Vinny, I should be on Park Place or Boardwalk, right up at the premium.
No, it won't be no Boardwalk or anything like that. It'll simply be throw a dice. Shit, I've landed on Vinny G. Do you want to buy it or not? You know what I'm saying? Some of the properties might look like an ass. I'm just saying, you know.
Thank you, Ginger. I just think that's it's I don't know, Vinny. I just you got a very clever mind in that way. Let's see. Like, if you don't want me to just say, I'll move them, but unless you ain't going anywhere, Susie. You're here for the duration of you.
Oh, Rosie, should you want a new email, I can do it right now for you with a new prefix. You can actually have RosieO'Kelly@tbergs.com.
my new contact address, Rosie O'Kelly at Elvis Travel. transgirlsrealitytv.com.
I can actually give you. I can actually give you Rosie O'Kelly at elvistravels.com if you like.
All right, I'm gonna take one call from Bergs and only one. Yes, good evening. You're on the air.
Here we go.
Please, now.
No, Vinny's on. I'm not.
Why don't we do it tomorrow night? It's now or never.
Never.
Look me up now.
Never. That's my vote. How do you like that? He said it's now or never. Well, it's never. That's the bottom line. So learn to love it. That obnoxious pushiness.
That's what I did. That's what I did to him.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm not going to tolerate that. You know, that's the bottom line on that. I'm not going to play this game tonight.
I mean, this is conversation, right? Or am I delusioned by the fact that this is conversation that we're having? Right?
Conversation. You're a guy. You and I, we host chats, Vinny, and we rarely get a chance to be on. You know, I'm either running or you're running, and we rarely get a chance to sit on and do kind of like a one-on-one. So this is a rare treat. I'm going to take advantage of this and talk to some things about you. But the thing is funniest about, I mean, I really like that, the Rosie O'Kelly at elvistravels.com. I think that shit's funny at T-Berg's. I
own them all. I'm still in the process. I'm like the Thomas Crown affair. I'm into acquisition now.
Good movie. You have to have a brain to follow it, though. For a couple, you know, I remember watching the Thomas Crown affair, and a couple people were like, "I just didn't understand that." You know, you just it's like an IQ test built into a movie. You know, if you understood. Damn thing. Yeah, thanks for that. No, it would be see, he's calling. I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm not answering. It would be totally disingenuous of me to put him on tonight, because that would be construed as just for views. I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm sorry.
Nah, just save your fucking brain.
Yep.
I mean, oh my God.
You know, I'm not going to do it.
People don't understand, like, you know, I watched a chat saying it was for views and all that, but it's not. You get to a point, and I've told you this before, you sit there and like with Bergs, you just end up, you get deflated. Oops, pardon me. Not depressed, deflated. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh.
To me, it's like somebody. To me, Vinny, it's like somebody tossed you a really hot fucking potato, and you're sitting there, you're not allowed to drop it, right? So you're hoping the son of a bitch cools off for the next 10 minutes or so, and you still have fingers on your hand, you know.
I'm just looking at the chat now in capital letters. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, hi Shannon. How are you, honey doll? Nice to see you. Bergs, I can only suggest that you come back and watch the beginning of. I've addressed this tonight. We talked on the phone. I'm giving some time. I don't ever have a chance to be on with Vinny. Okay, don't take Bergs out. Just let him rant on the side chat there. It's fine. How often do Vinny and I have a chance? Maybe once or twice a month to be on a panel together. So I'm going to give him the attention as a guest on the panel tonight with interesting content in interesting directions that he goes in.
Yeah.
You know, I like the guy. I'm giving him a platform. I give him a follow. I give him a recommendation also. I stand with him. I don't have to be involved in whatever else is going on the side.
No, that's right. I mean, above all else, there's a friendship.
Yeah, full disclosure, I personally enjoy Mama Beth. She's been very friendly to me and very kind. She'll be welcome on the platform. But that's the beauty of mature people that run chats. Your crosses I don't have to bear, and my crosses you don't have to bear in your chats.
No, that's right. Yeah, and I mean, and when have you ever known me to actually bring shit to your conversation? Never. You know, I could be sitting up here going,
I know. You could have railed on me today about the whole Bergs, about Elvis trolling David Guns on the side chat and all that.
Oh, no, that's just.
Yeah.
You know,
Greg Campbell is sensing some type of victory for himself out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what I said. Look, I'd hate to be a friggin' fool, and I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to be un-Australian here, right? And say, look, I don't know what the big hoo-ha and big deal was about, but look, we've all got YouTube blood on our YouTube hands. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, when someone wants to meet someone or something like that, isn't it amazing how, like, the crowd turn against your ass? You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you know, that's where the analogy came of, you know, this person said it's only a matter of days till the bottom rips out of your ship going across this reef. And I'm like, whoa. And Vinny won't be far behind you. So you two idiots will be on the rocks a couple clicks from shore. With which one of you idiots is going to try to attempt the beach land?
Yeah.
The beach landing first. I mean that did blow up on me a little bit, but it also sometimes, Vinny, you have to come to new arrangements on channels. You have to come to new arrangements with people that make them comfortable and don't bring any ill will.
Well,
you know,
when you have a sense of business or making money, you've got to understand too that your job in life, when you sign a contract and you're taken on as an employee by a company, well, if you want to have the same mentality in real life, and then you'd never get a pay rise. You know what I mean? You would never be up for renegotiation. You would never be up for newer conditions, better conditions, and things like that. I think on YouTube, the art of maybe negotiations is lost. I mean, I've negotiated a truce. I'm still in that truce, and I refuse to say the person's name that I'm in truce with. But it's not all going too well down on that side. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, you know, we do have in contracts a lot of time, Vinny. We have that wiggle room. Sometimes it's a force majeure in contracts where, you know, we have to suspend the we have to suspend the terms temporarily, or we give grace periods. You have a 30-day non-performance grace period here before formal termination, right? You're in a grace period now, Vinny. You've exercised the grace period.
Why am I sensing I'm going to need to buy a printer and we're going to have to print contracts up?
So, Bergs, what would you like me to do? I mean, in my opinion, you know, how can you begrudge a little time? You know, do you think that I want you to come on tonight and engage?
Hang on. Rosie, go back to what happened yesterday. What did you say to me when I asked you for a link? You actually stated, no, tonight's Berg's time.
Right.
And what did I say to you? Okay, cool. Thank you.
We're like, that's cool. Understood. You know, so tonight we're calling Vinny time tonight. And that's the bottom line, Bergs. If you think I'm going to have you on here to tear Vinny a new one, it ain't going to happen tonight. Okay.
He can try. He can try. You know, this is I told him, I actually kicked him off the panel. Well, he tried to ring Rosie. So I said, look, I ain't got time for you. I got to clean the house. If I don't, my wife's going to kick my ass. Right. Yep. So as I clicked finish the live stream, my wife actually walked in the door. So I thought, Well, I kind of let it down. I didn't clean the house, so I just paid the daughters to clean the house. Oh, I'm
It's a nice mercantile decision, Vinny. It's a win-win situation. You know? She gets a little jingle in her pocket and the house gets clean. So the consumer of that is happy because they come home to a clean house. They don't need to know the arrangements that went on behind the scenes to get it clean. They only care about the the outcome. Ginger said, not to mention, we all need time for our eardrums to heal, Rosie. I hear you, Ginger. I hear that.
Yeah.
But tonight is a good testing point.
Hmm.
What would you guys have thought of me tonight if I had brought Bergs on at this point in time? You would say, well, Rosie, obviously it's night number 2 of the attention grab. I want the attention to be, I've already made my statements earlier about several topics. Now I have Vinny on and he's going to get the, it's Vinny night. So that's it.
If you had him on again tonight, hey, all power to you, kudos to you. All it means to me is just another bag of corn chips, three little tubs of dip, and a couple of beers, and think, oh my God, poor Rosie.
I'll be cracking this. See, I'm not drinking tonight, and what I got back here, I got some really premium bourbon back here, but I'm not looking at that. I got beer in the fridge, but if I have him on, I'll be cracking beers left and right.
You know what really annoyed me before? What really, really pissed me off? And I mean pissed me off? The fact that he actually got up on his stream before and said it was basically your fault for having him on there. Yeah, you knew it was going to be a train wreck. You knew this. And now that you're reacting to what you know, what knowledge you have, he's cracking the shits again. You cannot win.
I cannot win. So,
it's untenable.
Yeah, we talked about take some time off, and I think it's the best thing. Think about things. Go look at last night's hangout. Watch it. Get a little bit of a mirror up to yourself. Take a look at that. And see what you think. Ask yourself if that portrayal is really you on camera and on that hangout. I mean, I would have some serious thoughts of looking at myself the next day.
I did. I actually had to, Rosie. I mean, I was a dick drinking wine online, and like Pam and Rink sort of put a challenge out to me, and I accepted it, and like I can't drink wine anymore. I don't like the smell of it. I'm actually, a very slow beer drinker now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Welcome to my world, Vinny. I live in the heart of wine country, and I don't like wine.
I know, right? Like seriously, I can't stand the smell of it anymore, Rosie. It's like I smell it. It's like, ooh, what the.
Isn't that amazing? I live in Sonoma County, next to Napa County, the heart of California wine country. It always broke my friend Janet's heart that I never had interest in wine tasting, little trips and going around to different wineries and tasting the wine. It's all lost on me.
Yeah.
I'm like a ghetto hood rat, it's just like beer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Find a local, just take a night off. Just relax, Berg. I know you got put into a timeout, but just chill out a little bit.
Yeah. I actually, it got pretty deep yesterday with him. I wouldn't be able to come back onto YouTube for at least a week. If that had been me yesterday as him, I'm like embarrassed at this time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm embarrassed.
No, he did. He did a couple things right. He called me today on the phone, which I did appreciate. He did do, I think it was like a 40-minute hangout tonight where he did temporarily own his shit out there. So now it's a real test. All that stuff is done in a very short period of time. Let's see what happens over the next couple of days now. It's already happened.
He just rang you before. It's already happened.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, just step off the gas pedal tonight, and he got put into a timeout, Karen.
Yeah.
Just chill out a little bit tonight and just take it easy. Go play some music in the garage and work on your technique.
So have you seen a 4 and 20 pie?
No, I haven't.
Let me go and get one.
Go ahead. There we go. Hope you're enjoying Vinny G tonight, kind of unplugged. Well, Joe King, he knows I'm not going to answer I told him I'm answering the phone one time tonight, and that's it. I'm not going to, it's rude to who I have on now. It's rude to have who I have on now on panel to,
okay.
There we go. Let me put you on present. Let me put you on present.
That is.
Oh, it's a classic meat pie.
It's a 4 and 20 pie. That's the wrapping, the packaging, right?
Yep.
And as you can see, when I say I'm going to have a 4 and 20 pie, I'm not smoking weed or anything like that. Right?
I'm wondering how long 4 and 20 has probably been around. Much longer. Hey, Jamie, much longer than the 420.
1800s, I think.
Yeah. So.
But we take these to the football. Well, you buy them at the football. They're not very big, as you can see in your hand, right? But these things here, now if you can get a hold of them, actually better than roll mops.
Wow.
Uh-oh. You watch a troll account come up 4 and 20 pie now.
Well, you get that. You know, Vinny, I have another jar of roll mops I'm going to open while you're doing that. I'm going to grab me roll mops here.
I chased my wife around the house with roll mops. You know she won't eat them.
Okay, I love them, man. I couldn't believe how tasty. These are already unrolled, but they're really tasty.
She won't eat them. I have tried since we were married to feed her roll mops, and she won't eat them. Damn. I want to see. I can't believe you still got that jar. I'm just going to put these pies back in the freezer.
Yeah, Vinny, Jen and I were astounded how good they taste.
They are good, aren't they?
But somebody had to send them to us from England, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Could not find them here in the U.S., Vinny. I went to maybe if I went down to San Francisco to a British market, I might be able to find them down there, but there's no way.
Wow. Doesn't it smell good? It's like pickled onion, isn't it?
It is really, man. I'm probably the only person who uses chopsticks to
I dig them out with a fork
to eat roll mops, but I do like you do. I kind of spread them out a little bit.
You're gonna have to present yourself.
Yeah, let me put that lower a little bit there.
Yeah, but you've got me on present.
Yeah, let me fix that real quick. All right, I've kind of spread that out on the plate.
That's what they are.
And I tell you, let me put this up on me for a minute. I didn't even know we had a lot of laughs about roll mops and stuff. I would go into the store and ask them about the roll mops, and they would point me to the corner where the floor mops were over there. But
yeah, I think they're beautiful. My wife will not eat them. I have chased her around the house with them.
They're so delicious. They got like a little bits of garlic in them.
It's,
my goodness.
If I had to choose between roll mops and sushi, I think I would have roll mops. Seriously.
It would be we can show them again. This is the jar that they come in. They're very delicious. I'm going to pull another one out to show You have to kind of unroll them a little bit from the.
Yeah. Do you have sticks in those ones? Like
No, these sticks have already been removed from the. But you have to you kind of spread them out a little bit on the plate like that. And let me tell you, they are just. I mean, they may look nasty, Cobra John, but you know, living 5 years in China, there's nothing I won't eat really on planet Earth. But
yeah.
But these, when Vinny turned me on to these things, I was determined. It really is a variation of a pickled herring on here.
Yeah,
but
it is.
You can see the little bits of there's little bits of garlic on top, and they're just absolutely. This is just the meat. There's no bones.
Nothing.
There's nothing else in them. Vinny can describe what this is a cut above pickled herrings, though. This is pickled herrings with, you know, a special treatment to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in China from 1991 to through 1995.
Yeah. Jamie, I love pickled humans. Hey, we'd all eat. Well, we'd have to eat a human if we wanted to survive and there was no food.
High sugar cane. I believe that these are pickled, which pickled is, Vinny, am I wrong? That's a variation of like cooking when you pickle and preserve.
Yeah, pickling is the cooking. And that's why my wife won't eat roll mops, because they're not cooked. They're pickled. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, but these, I tell you, this is just, I know it may not look, I don't know, to me it looks delicious. Like
it is.
If I was 5 years with Asian cuisine and balut from the Philippines and all kinds of partially grown chicken embryos and things.
Oh,
this is really delicious.
Gross. Chicken embryo, I've seen that. Have you seen those eggs that they let go? They make them go off and they're black.
Yeah, and they're called 1,000-year eggs in China. They're actually very delicious, those.
Does it smell like rotted egg?
It just smells like an egg, but they're really very delicious. You know, there were a few things in China, and I had scorpion, I had camel, probably untold quantities of dog and cat and things, and there's nothing that I ate that wasn't tasty in the preparation of it. I'm not trying to make you guys sick on this, you know, those of you.
But you can't tell me that like, say, around where you live, all the Chinese restaurants, right? I bet you never had Chinese food that tasted like your local Chinese when you were in China. Never.
Only when I go down to Oakland, not even in Chinatown, San Francisco. There's a minor Chinatown in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Miles away from the original Chinatown. That's where the locals shop. That's where the local people.
Yeah.
And over in Oakland has the real authentic, Chinese cooking. It took me when I came back to this country and I spent 9 months in Honolulu, I almost off myself with what passed for Chinese food in Honolulu. It was just terrible. There. Let's see. Odame says, dog and cat. What did that taste like? Just tasted like meat.
Like meat. That's like rabbit. My wife won't eat rabbit, but if you can cook a really good rabbit in a stew with potatoes, the rabbit is beautiful.
Yeah, let me show you this, Vinny.
Rabbit is absolutely delicious, but it's got to be cooked by someone who knows how to cook it. Looks like bait. No. Roll mops is actually like pickled onions. That's the best way I can describe it.
Do you see what that is?
No. Oh, yeah. Yep.
America's favorite rabbit. Right there.
Yep. Do they bone it?
Frozen rabbit. All white meat. Absolutely delicious to put into a stew. And that's exactly what I'm going to make with that.
Yeah.
in a stew.
Do you stew it with carrots and potatoes all at once, or how do you do it?
I'll prepare this and stew the broth, and then I'll add some vegetables in to, you know, break all the meat up and everything. It'll be absolutely delicious, Vinny. There'll be carrots, there'll be onions, there'll be green beans, there'll be some red potatoes. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. Okay.
Yeah. See, I could ask my wife to try and cook a rabbit, but she won't have a bar of it. And it's understandable. They, you know, if you're not brought up with the mindset to eat like that kind of food, you're just not going to eat it. Like the roll mops, my wife, she's a cooking person. She's a person that needs things cooked. For her to eat roll mops, she sees it as raw fish. I tried to explain to her the concept of pickling, but each to their own.
It's the same thing, Vinny. You know, you have ceviche, which is using citrus to cook seafood. Like when you have a ceviche, you'll take raw seafood, you'll dice it up, and then you'll take lime juice and you'll squeeze it over top of that, and the acidic elements of that cook that seafood. This pickling is kind of a variation on that. That pickling creates it almost like it cooks it, not in the sense of heat, but in the sense of changing the meat to something that's more preservable than in a raw state, and it infuses that with such great flavor.
Yeah.
You guys gotta understand. I mean, we had possum growing up. You know, possum.
Well,
absolutely.
We got kangaroo here, and I can tell you now, it will never come into the house. It's just like a huge mouse. You'll never cook kangaroo, will you? No, my wife just nodded no. She said no.
Traveling says, okay, I just ordered some raw lobster. Raw lobster, absolutely, they're a delicacy. They're one of the most enjoyable eating experiences that you can have.
Yeah. I remember the thing that turned me off kangaroo. A friend of mine, he was at home on his own one day, and I dropped in to see him, and he tried to microwave cook some kangaroo. It was like the smell of a death camp.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. I just got told off to put the pies in the freezer. Hang on.
No, Jeremy, I didn't slaughter the damn thing. Let me enjoy. I'll tell you, you guys just don't know what you're missing with these roll mops. I mean, these things are phenomenal.
Sick.
I'm so pissed off seeing Vinny sit there and unroll his roll mops, removing the picks on it, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, I need to try this so bad.
Well, if I had some now, I would have it. Trust me, I love them. They're actually, I remember my mum on every Wednesday at school back in Europe, that would be a half day. I don't know why. It was just the way the system is. And I'd get home in winter. It would be soups and things like that. In summer, it would be just roll mops. You know, and yeah, whatever. You know, you get brought up with it, you eat it. But we will never eat kangaroo ever. It's a giant mouse.
Helen, Helen said, Rosie, can you explain the textures? Is it chew like it's cooked or raw? It's inexplicable. It's in between the two. It neither, you know, raw would be very chewy, cooked would be very soft. This is like right in the middle. The side chat's like nauseous. You're ruining my beer. No, Rosie, don't eat that. You guys don't know what you miss in life when you don't try different things. And then, man, when Jen came to California, she never had sushi in her life, Vinny. and I took her.
I've never had it either. I'm too scared to try it. You know why? Because of the raw fish thing.
Well, I'm telling you what, you go get something called a California roll. It's like marijuana. That's your gateway sushi that gets you into it. It's cream cheese and it's a little bit of crab in there. And you try that with the rice wrap with the seaweed and then the rice on the outside. It's like a little bit of heaven, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of wasabi, a little bit of ginger. Oh,
yeah.
Jen got a hold of that sushi the first time.
I'll ask my wife because I've never had sushi. Have you had sushi? You won't eat sushi? Why? See? she's got this concept, and so have I. I always thought that sushi was raw fish. I will eat pickled fish, but raw fish.
Yeah, rainbow roll's my weakness too. Traveling in a crab roll, they're just absolutely. I took Jen into this sushi restaurant and started her on a California roll. Now that she will eat any roll that's on the menu, she just absolutely. You know, when I can get people down and try something, then they absolutely start with the California roll. Yeah, it's not really sushi per se, but a lot of sushi doesn't have fish. There's surf clam, which is not a fish; it's a clam. There's shrimp, which is not technically a fish. So,
do you like oysters Kilpatrick?
I like any kind of oyster at all, especially raw oysters.
Yeah,
a rainbow roll is a sushi roll. It has salmon, yellowtail tuna, bluefin tuna, and I can't remember what the other, and maybe some shrimp. It has a fourth kind of fish on top of it, and they're all different colors that meet, so it looks like a rainbow on top, and it's very delicious. Now, oysters on the half shell, oh, I could eat them all day long, especially New Zealand oysters. They're so crispy and so delicious.
We went to a restaurant one day, and my wife, she ordered like a normal meal, 3-course meal. I just ordered 2 entrees of oysters Kilpatrick because I just love oysters Kilpatrick. I reckon.
Yeah, I'm gonna
all day, every day.
Let's see if we can put up an image of that. Let's see what we got here. Oysters. Let me see something here. Let's see if I can
got a bit of. They got the bacon in there and that sauce, and it's just like, oh. Yeah, my wife won't even try oysters Kilpatrick. She says to me, "How can you like that? Looks like snot."
Yeah, we have oysters Rockefeller. Is another variation. The oysters Kilpatrick, smoky bacon.
Yeah, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's. Let me just put myself on present.
See, Jay Gregg's just put it there. That's sort of like oysters Kilpatrick. Yeah, that's it. Oh. I get 2 dozens of those. 2 dozens, and that's my meal.
Vinny, now that's my brother from a different mother. That is eating, man. When you have that, wow, that is such good eating. But living in China just made me fearless when it comes to, and I don't care whether it's Ethiopian food or what the hell, Chad, Libya, I don't care. You know, if they eat it, I'll eat it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to put this in the fridge.
No worries. I'll run Rosie's chat. Because you wanted me to call your bluff on me using my phone, Bergs. So I used my phone. That's the only reason why. Think about that. Game of poker, call your bluff, you know. You want me to call the bluff? This phone here. It's not a burner. That's my phone. Just saying. Anyway, shoot, Bergs. Shoot. See, you can't get over things. And that's why you wanted to come on the chat tonight. Why? To have a repeat again of fucking yesterday? Really? It's not my chat. I shouldn't even talk about it. But anyway, cheers.
Ooh, yeah. You know what, Vinny? This will blow you away. Guess what meat? I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't enjoy it that much that you raise a lot of down there in Australia.
Oh, hang on. Marbled beef.
Nope.
Okay. Surprise me.
Big industry in Australia. Huge industry.
Goat.
Sheep stations and all that.
Sheep stations. Yeah. Hey, here's something interesting for you. Now, you might want to check where your sheep comes from because it could actually be goat. Do you know that Australia has become the biggest goat exporter, and we export to the US? You guys are our biggest consumer, and I don't know what you do with all these goats.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll eat mutton. I'll eat. I've had goat in
lamb. Oh, lamb cutlets. My God.
Listen to Vinny. See, I don't enjoy. There's something about it's a little gamey-ish flavor to me. Bergs, I'm going to be very kind tonight because you've not gone ballistic on the side chat yet, and I appreciate that. And if I ask my mods to let you just let you be on the side chat, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to berg you up tonight. I'm going to do you a favor, not berg you up tonight, okay? And believe me, I think I'm doing you a favor. So you think a lot of goat is masquerading as lamb?
Well, believe it or not, our goat farmers here are actually wealthier than the sheep farmers. But the reason you might not like lamb is because you're having it in high quantities. If you have lamb cutlets, oh God, they are just the best. They disappear. They just disappear. I don't recommend you cooking lamb inside in your house. It's probably better for barbecues because it leaves a really weird smell the next day.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably do that on the grill.
Yeah,
I will eat things like lamb vindaloo. I will eat that. I will eat lamb shawarmas. Jen likes. She loves lambs. In a pinch, I'll do it, but I like a blend beef and lamb if I'm going to do that. I hate to say shawarmas on here. Just think, Vinny, a few years ago, nobody even knew what the hell a shawarma was or baba ganoush.
The first time I heard shawarma, I don't know why, I just picked some form of genital picture of some kind. I don't know. I just don't know.
Vinny's thinking about the low parts of the beast.
That's what I thought.
Because we used to say, Vinny, there's this stuff that's closer to the ground down there.
Well, I'd heard of schwanger, but I hadn't heard of shawarma.
It's like goodness knows how much horse meat people have consumed in this country that makes its way secretly into the meat here.
In Europe, it's a tradition to eat horse meat. I've eaten horse meat.
Yeah, I've eaten horse too. It's
like I know that Aldi, ALDI, the store. I think they were busted in Europe or maybe somewhere else for trying to pass beef because it had a high percentage of horse meat in it or something like that. But, here in Australia, it'd be like a big no to eat horse meat because horse lovers are a real thing down here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I get that. I mean, for a lot of people, it's a life and death choice. I don't know if I've had halal. I haven't done too much with that, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave now because we're just about to have dinner.
No problem. I enjoyed spending the time with you, Vinny. Thank you.
That's cool. I enjoyed it too. Thank you very much for having me on, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Enjoy.
Bye.
No, just let him go, Greg. It's fine. You know, it's not that big. Side chat is like, you know, unless he's being racist or something like that on there. Let's see. I ate horse in Iceland and it was yummy. Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, don't eat our friends. There you go. A lot of it's in the preparation too. You know, a lot of times when I was in China and people would come over from the U.S. to, you know, if I would negotiate or do some kind of deal, they always wanted to make sure that the boss would fly in and be the grandstand and sign the, you know, even though you did the deal. How you doing, Lisa? Nice to see you, beautiful. I'm doing good. How are you? They would always make sure that you always had to have the boss come in and strut and sign the deal. And they wouldn't eat a lot of the food over there. And that can be potentially very insulting. So I would kind of make sure that they didn't know exactly what they were eating that was on the menu. And then they never complained. And then maybe a couple of weeks later, I'd tell them, oh, you know, that was, you know, that was fricasseed horse on the menu back there. What? Oh, damn it. What? No problem, Vinny. I appreciated you spending the time. It was nice to spend some quiet time with Vinny. It was nice. It's been nice to have a hangout tonight where I didn't have to worry about things blowing up on me tomorrow. That's a positive thing. So yeah, I really appreciated it. I like to spend time with Vinny. One of the problems when you're a chat host is you don't get enough time to really, you know, you want to spend more time on other people's chats, and it's a really nice thing. Don't ever eat hot girl. That sounds like, how you doing, Vegas Vixen? That sounds like something from Iceland. Doing much better. I got a phony friend now. Obviously, you know what, Lisa Yarborough? That's a good thing. Bergs again. Oh yeah, the fermented shark. Traveling, isn't that like a lute? They call that a lute, L-U-T-E, fisk. Lute fisk. They actually take fish and they put it in like kerosene or lye. Actually, they put it in lye. Can you imagine that? And like Anthony Bourdain went to Iceland and did the, you know, food travels. He went to this place where they were serving lute fish. I don't know whether it was Sweden or what the hell it was, but absolutely, God damn it. Hello? Hello? Yes. I'm not burging you up tonight because I'm having a nice chat with the people here on the side, and I just think you need some time away from the panel. Okay? Yeah, I'm on a hangout. Vinny's gone for the night. Yes. I'm saying you've already got your hang up. Let that speak for itself, okay? I'm going to get going, Bergs. Please understand this is for your own good, okay? The last thing I'm going to do tonight is have you on panel. It ain't going to happen. How you doing, Juice? Nice to see you. Lye is like what they use to make soap. It's like a very base. It's like it's like the polar opposite of vinegar or citrus. It's a very base, very high alkaline product, and it can burn. It's very good at cleaning. I'm doing good, Juice. Nice to see you. Yeah, now he's just calling. See, this is what I mean. I guess I cannot. There's got to be lessons learned in this, and I'm sorry, Bergs. Let's see. Traveling says, yes, I was a bad tourist. I had Mickey Whale in Iceland. It was very good. Well, why does that make you a bad tourist? Thank you, Cobra John. I think that makes you a good tourist when you tie stuff. Cher says, I'm a soap crafter. Cool. Yeah, well, Carrie, you know, it would, in my mind, yeah, in my mind, it would not be a good thing for me to have him on panel tonight, because I think he did a hangout this evening, and he already put his thoughts into that hangout, so you can go watch that. If he comes on now, there's a high likelihood that he may go off the rail, in which case it's like, who's that going to come down on? Me. Okay. That's exactly right, Greg Campbell. That malt liquor is a big campaign to stop eating whale. And oh, you weren't PC. Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. Traveling. I understand. Rosie, I was as strong as you, not stress over the big stuff. That guy would kill me, literally. Well, hey, Mikey Mike, but you know, I want to keep open to communication, but this is really for Berg's own good tonight, not to have him on here, because it would probably just blow up. And that would that work in his favor? No. So tonight will work in his favor by not having him on the panel. I know that, Bergs, but just let's take a night off. It's just going to come down bad on me. Yes, that's exactly right, Carrie. It's, you know, sometimes it's more compassionate to give people a break so they just don't self-destruct. That's exactly. What would you like to talk about, Cobra John? What's on your mind? What's on your mind tonight? Yeah, that block button. I'm going to be on in about another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, Kathy, how you been doing? How you feeling, honey? Thinking about you and offering up prayers and wishes for you for 2019. Janae says it's more fun to watch people. The shop, how's the shop doing? The shop's doing good, Cobra John. Did you see today I put up a video of the finished KT 5300 tuner there with the case on and all looking good at the end of today's video. I think he may really enjoy that. Okay, Kathy, good. See? Just no self-control. Yeah, I do have a Dynaco here. I just picked up, just got one a week and a half ago. Yeah, saw that. Yeah, take it. I mean, don't you think that's right, Oda Mae Brown? How do you come down on that? Doesn't it make sense to just kind of save somebody from themselves on YouTube? That's really the way I feel about it. Oh, you'll take it, yeah. Where in the hell? I think that Dynaco is right here. I just unboxed it yesterday. There it is. How's that look? The Dynaco. That thing is a beast. That thing is a beast. Look at that. Yeah, it's like, gimme. This is a brute, man. This thing is a brute. This is the Dynakit Stereo 70 here. That's it. That thing is a beast. I'm not going to fiddle with it tonight, but this came in this week. Probably be starting. I'm still waiting for parts for the H.H. Scott, but this is going to need a lot of work here. Yeah, EL34 output's nice. EL84, I think. I think it's EL84, isn't it? Oh boy. Oh, how you doing, Andrew Hondo? Nice to see you, my friend. No problem, Greg. I don't know. Somebody tell me what year that is. Circa what year that Dynaco is. Cobra John will know. Bergs is still calling on the phone. Oh, did the preamp and amp in my bedroom shop. Nice. I think this is from the 1960s. Bergs. Not tonight, Bergs. Just take a night off, okay? It'll do you good. It'll certainly do me good. Man, you think I want my rump kicked around again today, but that Dynaco is going to be a fun project to get on. You're a rapper and you got excited when you saw that, huh? The tuner was factory made. Nice. Yeah, don't make me time you out. Yeah, it kicked its ass. I think that's going to be one of our next projects. I'm waiting to get some more parts in for the... Yeah, keep us up to date. I always let people know I've got a couple projects, a couple things teed up. I need to go back and do some more work on the Magnavox unit, the console. I'm not real happy with the tone on that. I like rappers. That's good. Oh, you got yours in 61. That's awesome. Cobra John, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? How old are you, Cobra John? Oh, your folks had a Zenith. Who's your favorite rapper? I don't know, Jay-Z. Hey, this girls, how are you? Okay, 74, nice. Good age to be. 74. Take care, Greg. Yeah, I'm going to go about 13 more minutes and yeah, no rap, huh? Where's Maxine been? I've not seen her anywhere. You know, Mikey Mike, Maxine's been working her fanny off, but she said she's got real bad back issues. She showed me an x-ray of her backbone. It literally looks like a pregnant woman's belly when you see it from the side. It's unbelievable, you know, and that's so worried about crushing that, you know, and just all Maxine does all day is lift cartons of soda and hump stuff around all day long, and that takes a toll on the bones. That's for damn sure. Wow, you work 15 hours a day. What do you do, this girl's journey? What kind of work do you do? If you don't mind me asking, And Mike, I hope you've been good. I've missed you around the chat. Oh, you're getting a kitty tomorrow, huh? How cool. Getting a kitty tomorrow. I've thought about getting a cat, but Jen's she's not really into cats too much. She's all about dogs. I would imagine it's not going to be too much longer. We're going to have another dog. Can't tell for sure. Payroll. So I was working on, proof. Oh, well. Yeah, thanks someone like you to get it right. Yeah, that's funny, Carrie. Look at that. Okay, you take care. You take care, Kim. Look at that. You know, the curtain from hell back there gets so much attention now. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night anyway. Things are kind of winding down. I really did cover the things that I wanted to cover tonight. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this cam. You have a good night, too. I'm going to get rolling, everybody. Thanks so much for being on the chat tonight. It was another great stream. Had a good time. Thank you, Vinny G, for coming on. And Bergs, you'll thank me in the morning. Okay. Thank you, everybody.